welcome to Ozarks Fox News at 9. I'm John Adams.
And I'm Jennifer Abreu. Thanks for sticking with us after the iHeartRadio Music Awards. We start off with some of the top national headlines. These stories are real, new, now. A dozen Republican senators broke with the president today, voting to block Trump's emergency declaration for border wall funding. The president is expected to veto the measure, but Congress could override it if they have 2/3 of the vote.
Former Texas Congressman Beto O'Rourke has announced that he's running for president. The 46-year-old gained national attention last year during the midterm elections when he nearly beat out incumbent Ted Cruz for a Senate seat. O'Rourke is the 12th person to seek the 2020 Democratic nomination.
Police believe a man with alleged ties to a notorious mob family in New York was murdered right outside his home. Prosecutors believe the victim is 53-year-old Francesco Frankie Boy Cali, a member of the Gambino family, which was once among the most powerful crime organizations in the United States. Cali was found with multiple gunshot wounds. So far, no arrests have been made.
New at 9 tonight, after months of testing, residents affected by a chemical from an old manufacturing plant north of Springfield had a chance to voice their concerns.
Around 200 concerned citizens who live in that area gathered at the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds today for a meeting with the Department of Natural Resources. Our Jesse Inman joins us live now after that meeting, which he tells us has just wrapped up. Jesse, what did you hear at that meeting tonight?
Yeah, guys, we heard some of those test results that DNR has, and we also heard from some concerned citizens who have been affected by TCE and its contamination, TCE being trichloroethylene. Now, you may remember some of our past reporting on TCE over the past few months when it was found in the air at Fantastic Caverns, stemming from Litton Systems, who are a manufacturing company that used TCE. It's a common degreaser. It was used in this case on circuit boards at the time, but the issue was how the byproduct was stored from that chemical. Now, the Department of Natural Resources says that they tested almost 200 wells in the area that was affected, and many tested positive for TCE, but just 4 were over the maximum contaminant level, or the level that makes drinking water unsafe. Now, we talked to Brian Quinn with the Department of Natural Resources, and he says that they were prepared to answer some tough questions from the public.
Well, I think we'll hear some concern, and I think that's perfectly normal. We know that anytime we're dealing with chemicals and contamination, and when there is a concern that it could be, in my water, I'm going to be concerned about that.
I want to find out how much damage has been done to my water and what they're going to do about it, cleaning it out. Now, we were told that they would eventually, if it was bad enough, that they would come out and replace everything for us.
Now, for the open forum portion of this meeting tonight, things got heated from time to time, but Quinn with the DNR told me that the plan going forward is for Northrop Grumman to do the cleanup. They own Litton Systems. That lot, the plot had been vacant on since 2008, and so the DNR will oversee the operation as it goes forward. They'll continue to do testing until they get a better idea of where the contamination lies, and then they will build a plan from there to go forward. In Springfield, Jesse Inman, Ozarks First.
All right, thanks, Jesse. Making local news now, a 65-year-old Houston, Missouri man is out of work for failing a drug test after he started using CBD oil. Our Francis Lynn tells us more about Jim Root, who says he started using CBD oil to treat arthritis about a year ago.
Yeah, Jen, his part-time job at the MFA feed store required a random drug test. Jim barely tested positive for marijuana, but was terminated. He says his manager fought to keep him, but the company has a zero-tolerance policy, and now he can't apply for another job without getting flagged.
It's humiliating. It's frustrating. I can't tell you that I haven't been very aggravated about what I'm having to go through. Some of the people that I've called almost makes you feel like you're a villain or a drug addict.
Although he has enough money to last a little while, Root says he's telling his story because he doesn't want this to happen to anyone else.
Now, the FDA is planning a public meeting in April to discuss potential new CBD oil regulations. Moving on now, we have some new information for you. A man from Pineville was killed in a 3-vehicle crash in McDonald County today. 60-year-old Ronald Langstaff was killed after his vehicle was hit on the side by a tractor trailer. Langstaff was making a left turn on Highway 71 near Jane, Missouri when the accident happened. His vehicle then hit another car. Langstaff was not wearing a seatbelt. The driver of the tractor trailer suffered minor injuries.
Well, in political coverage tonight, the Missouri Senate is considering an effort to make it more difficult to impeach top officials. You might remember the turmoil in Missouri's capital when allegations of sexual misconduct and campaign finance violations came out against former Governor Eric Greitens. Those allegations pushed Missouri's Congress to look into impeaching him based on grounds of misconduct and moral turpitude, but a new amendment would remove those grounds and others from the Missouri Constitution. The only grounds for impeachment would then be corruption or crime in office. Control over impeachment would also be shifted from judges to the Senate under that amendment, and the amendment was initially approved in the Senate this week, but it needs to pass a couple more votes before it shows up on the 2020 election ballot.
In regional news now, the move to ground all Boeing 737 MAX planes means a lot of empty jets in the U.S. At least 9 planes landed in Tulsa today to find indefinite homes. Most of those flights had no passengers on board, just crew members. The planes were grounded days after a jet crashed in Ethiopia, killing everyone on board. President Trump said today Boeing must find a solution before the jets fly again, adding the company needs to, quote, figure it out fast.